Ladies and gentlemen, this amateur heavyweight MMA bout is brought to you by Nerd Focus. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This warrior stands at 6 feet, 3 inches tall, weighing 221.8 pounds. Fighting out of Bayside, Queens, Get the Money, New York. Representing Elite Battalion Club, help me welcome Marco the Wolfman Torres. Introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This warrior stands at 6 feet, 1 inch tall, weighing 235.2 pounds. Fighting out of Middle Island by way of Boogie Down, Bronx, New York. Representing East Coast Black Belt Academy, help me welcome Volcano Devin McRae. Your referee for this contest, Chris Molina.
We're going to find out what happens when a volcano takes on a wolf.
Absolutely.
I know that you've wanted to see that mythical matchup for a long time.
Questions will be answered right now. Referee Chris Molina calling the action, and we are on.
Round one underway here at the Sports Arena in St. James, New York. Karan Bhatia on the call, joined by Andrew Stock, Marcos Torres in the black trunks, Devin McRae in the gray trunks, and Devin McRae comes out swinging.
Throwing some hard shots here.
And remember, these guys are heavyweights, so these punches will have an effect.
Good takedown off the catch of the kick by Marcos Torres. He got a kick earlier, caught, and didn't really do much with it. Good job following up this time to secure the takedown.
Marcos Torres able to take down Devin McRae, and he's got the top position now.
Got to look to see if Devin's going to work to build up here, get back up to his feet where he's starting to see some success, or if we're going to see Torres really posture up, start to cause some damage from here.
Torres, you know, he goes by the Wolfman.
Work your way up, Dev. Work your way up, Dev.
See, you're seeing a really good job here by McRae. I was going to say moving his hips to get engaged there so he could build up, and he kicked him off.
McRae able to get back to his feet and land a big right hand and another one. Oh, there's a third big right hand. He's got Torres in trouble. McRae is landing at will.
Torres is looking a little rocked here. Definitely. Strikes after to punish him for it, ending the fight in the very first round.
What a phenomenal debut for Devin McRae. He was taken to the ground, he got up, and he landed his attack. Let's look at the replay. A big right hand, and it just looked like Torres had no answer at this point.
Yeah, that right hand definitely set it up, and you're seeing a continued onslaught there, and referee Chris Molina doing a good job protecting the safety of the fighter. Torres, who wasn't fighting back at that point.
And that was a phenomenal stoppage.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Chris Molina calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 35 seconds of the very first round. With your winner by TKO, Volcano Devin McRae.
Well, we officially got our answer. What happens when a volcano takes on a wolf? It looks like the volcano is successful.
Absolutely there. That was a great fight, but both athletes.
And Devin McRae did what he wanted. He got the knockout win. He was able to get up off the ground. What would be your advice to Marcos Torres? How can he improve next time out?
I mean, do a better job. You got to work on controlling the athlete that you have on the ground. He could have postured up to maybe land some hard strikes. He wasn't following necessarily the hips of McRae there. If he was able to keep him on the ground, who knows if he would have had the energy to go forward. But listen, with that control and then a little more motion on the feet to hopefully avoid some of those strikes, could help you out down the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, this amateur welterweight MMA bout is brought to you by Hudson Valley CBD. Introduciendo la esquina azul, este luchador se encuentra 6 pies pesando en 174.6 libras, luchando fuera de Richfield, New Jersey, representando 𝐀𝐻𝐿 MMA, presentando 𝐒𝐰𝐞𝐫𝐯𝐞. Introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This warrior stands at 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in 176 pounds. Fighting out of the city of bloodily love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Representing UFC Gym Philadelphia. Help me welcome 𝐂𝐰𝐞𝐫𝐯𝐞. Your referee for this contest, Chris Molina.
We're going to get underway here for our welterweight MMA feature here at Flex Fights 5. Moments away here from the opening bell in this welterweight attraction. And round 1 underway. Al Pringle in the black and white trunks. Ely Guzman in the black and red. Karan Bhatti on the call, joined by Andrew Stock, and both men come out firing.
Absolutely, you're seeing Al Pringle try to get this single leg takedown there after some heavy shots being thrown from Guzman off the rip.
Al Pringle swarming Guzman.
Good job there by Guzman, pummeling in and then reversing position onto the cage there.
And there was a nice kick, a nice up kick there, up close by Guzman that landed. Both men want this win. You saw the intensity and the energy as they ran towards each other at the opening bell.
Guzman securing the takedown there, utilizing that overhook, starting to land some heavy shots now against.
And here comes Guzman, landing punches at will. Can Al Pringle get out of this situation? And he does. Al Pringle gets to his feet and goes for the takedown.
Gets shrugged off immediately though. Guzman doing a good job there, pushing it by, trying to stay at a better range for himself.
Al Pringle's been training for 8 years. And he landed a big right hand and he takes down Guzman.
Guzman with the takedown.
Guzman with the takedown there.
Now transitioned up to mount, landing some heavy shots. Al Pringle attempting to turn a little bit, but not really defending too great.
And this is not a good position, and that's the end of the fight. Ely Guzman with a round.
Striking and grappling, and we're going to pass it on over to Andy Park.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Chris Molina called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 25 seconds of the very first round. With your winner by TKO, Ely Guzman.
Ely Guzman. He told us before the fight, I just want to fight. Well, he did just that.
Absolutely. He went out there, did what he needed to do. You know, hopefully he had the fun that he was looking for in the cage. But from my own experience, anytime you have a good fight like that, first round finish and you're getting your hand raised, that's fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, this amateur bantamweight MMA bout is brought to you by Eric Ott and the good folks at Great RCG Mortgage. Introduciendo la esquina azul, este luchador se encuentra 5 pies 10 pulgadas, pesando en 135 libras, luchando fuera de New York, New York, representando 𝐀𝐻𝐿 MMA. Help me welcome, introduciendo 𝐂𝐻𝐿 Introducing the opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This warrior stands at 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing 153.6 pounds. Fighting out of Brooklyn, New York, representing Warriors Nation. Help me welcome Theodore Savage Sabi. Your referee for this contest, Joel Becker, Esquire.
Joel Becker, Esquire. I'm going to start calling you Andrew Stock, Esquire.
Add it to the list.
We're about to get way here. Round 1. Cuevas in the black trunks. Savit in in the blue.
Oh.
And is that a low blow?
That went right into the cup. You heard that one, and he definitely is feeling it.
One kick, one low blow.
I've been in a fight where that happened pretty much in the same exact sequence, so I know the pain that.
Were you on the giving end or the receiving end?
Unfortunately, the receiving. But
And so now the protocol, he's going to have up to 5 minutes here to recover. And if he can't, I mean, a DQ is in the picture here, right?
I'm not 100% sure if it would be DQ or no contest. That's something I actually have to follow back up on. But I know it wasn't obviously intentional, so points aren't being taken at this point in time. It's just the way the kick happened to land with the motion. But you got to feel for both athletes because you never plan on doing that. You expect it to land a hard shot, and then all of a sudden it lands there.
And 𝐂𝐲𝐻 is back on his feet. And we're back underway on round 1.
Up to 3 3-minute rounds here. Bantamweight.
Here comes Savit.
Guys are moving.
There's a nice combination by Savit.
Great takedown, though, by 𝐂𝐲𝐻. Locked up the double overhook, pulled him to the ground. Or, excuse me, looked like over-under. Gonna look to see 𝐂𝐲𝐻 attempt to build up, posture up there so we can start landing some heavier strikes. But you're seeing Savit on the bottom starting to utilize his hips a little bit, work to try to build up here. Gonna try to either push off or go for an armbar attempt. Oh.
And Savit looks fairly comfortable here off of his back. He's been here before.
Absolutely. Well, there's a lot of good attacks there. You know, you can see him, if he can get his right leg around, he can work to go for an armbar on that side or potentially work to set up a triangle choke. But you're seeing 𝐂𝐲𝐻 land some hard shots here.
𝐂𝐲𝐻 got up from the low blow. And now having success here in round 1 against Savit.
You're going to look to see 𝐂𝐲𝐻 attempt to pull Savit a little bit away from the cage so he can't use it to build up, and Savit going to try to work his legs so he can wall walk to get up. Here in this corner, say suck his back in, you know, make him feel that's exactly what he needs to be doing right now. Get him away from the cage, get his head against the cage, but not his back where he needs to build up.
And when he says suck his lower back in, what is he advising him to do?
For instance, pulling the weight back and away so his body gets away. Now only his head is touching the cage as he's advanced to mount, but if he was in the same position, getting his lower back away from the cage allows a better opportunity for you to strike and takes away his ability to defend. Now that he's in mount, he's going to look to really posture up and start landing some hard shots here.
And this is not the start that Theodore Savit wanted in round 1. If you were advising Savit, what would you be telling him right now?
Right now he's got to keep moving. He's got to work to set up to get out of mount. I mean, work to get one leg down to the mat, work into getting the half guard, and you can build from there. Keep defending while you're here, which he's attempting to do, but as much as you may be comfortable on your back, you gotta work at least one leg in and then start going back from there as he just did. An issue if you're comfortable grappling sometimes is hanging out too long on bottom, even if it wasn't mount, if it was a guard, you know, a lot of times in judges' eyes you're losing the round. So you gotta be comfortable but moving. And now you see him recover full guard right at the end of the round here.
Theodore Savit, that was a very eventful round 1. First, the leg kick into the cup. There was a small delay for 𝐂𝐲𝐻 to regain himself. He did so. He was able to get the takedown, and he was able to have the top position for a lot of that round.
Oh yeah, very, very good job by 𝐂𝐲𝐻. I mean, the fact that he advanced right away, you know, not right away, but right after getting the advice to suck his opponent's lower back out, did that, immediately worked to mount and ended the round there after being on top for a decent amount of the round 2. Really showed that he was listening to his corner, knows what he's doing in there, and in my opinion, won him the round.
That's a really good sign, right, that you're that in sync with your corner. They tell you to do something, and the next second you do it. That means you trust them, they trust you. That's probably a good feeling to have.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a reason you have people cornering you. They know what they're doing. They know what to do, but as on the guy outside in, all you can do is tell them and hope that they do it.
Let's get underway here. It was a very eventful and interesting round 1. I expect nothing less here for round 2. Flex fights 5 from the Sports Arena in St. James, New York. 𝐀𝐻𝐭 on the call, joined by Andrew Stock. 𝐂𝐻𝐿 in the black trunks, 𝐒𝐰𝐞𝐫 in the blue trunks. And here comes 𝐒𝐰𝐞𝐫.
𝐒𝐰𝐞 throwing some heavy shots that led to 𝐂𝐻𝐿 shooting for this takedown. He's wrapped around on the single leg. Look to see him try to build up or double off, but we've seen a really good defense so far by 𝐒𝐻𝐿.
And 𝐒𝐻𝐿 came out strong in this round 2.
𝐒𝐻𝐿 setting up, looking to set up choke here.
𝐒𝐻𝐿 going for the submission. We haven't had a submission finish here tonight yet. 𝐒𝐻𝐿 trying to be the first.
Oh, headlock.
𝐂𝐻𝐿 back to his feet.
Got up to his feet, and then 𝐒𝐻𝐿 with a nice headlock there. You're gonna look to watch him circle, continue to circle around, and then, oh.
And both men able to get to their feet.
Good takedown there. So 𝐂𝐻𝐿 lowers level, got his legs right up, picked up. Now transition to modified north-south there, attempting to get a Kimura.
We've had some amazing ebbs and flows in this round.
Absolutely.
Both men want this. Seemed like 𝐂𝐻𝐿 was done, and now he's on top.
Good job by 𝐒𝐻𝐿 to recover guard from there. It looked like 𝐂𝐻𝐿 was going to be going for a Kimura attempt.
And referee Joel Becker taking a close look here.
Seeing 𝐂𝐻𝐿's posture up. You're hearing this corner say those don't hurt. You know, when he's postured up, those strikes really don't hurt as much because they can't incorporate their hips as much. You know, words of encouragement. Continue to get after what he's doing. The shots he's throwing will hurt more.
And those are, at that point, it's mostly arm punches.
It's all arm punches. You can't use your hips, and you know they're annoying. Don't get me wrong, but compared to the power that 𝐂𝐻𝐿 could be throwing on top there, they're not as much.
I could imagine getting punched in the face is annoying.
Yeah, just a little.
Doesn't matter if you got hips in it or not.
Good shots there by 𝐂𝐻𝐿 as 𝐒𝐻𝐿 works his way up to his feet. 𝐂𝐻𝐿 looking to get this double under and probably attempt to suck it back in. Boom.
Another takedown for 𝐂𝐻𝐿.
Utilizing it again, those double underhooks. Very good job pulling him over that leg. Nice knee to the body there.
𝐂𝐻𝐿's corner saying he wants to hold you, he's tired.
Absolutely.
Looks like both men are going to finish the round here on the canvas. And that's the end of round 2. A very interesting round 2. A lot of ebbs and flows, but the takedowns from 𝐂𝐻𝐿 certainly stood out.
Absolutely. You got multiple takedowns there. Did see a good takedown attempt via headlock from 𝐒𝐻𝐿, but that unfortunately didn't lead to staying on top for him.
𝐂𝐻𝐿 3-3. He's got the experience edge. 6 cards right now.
100%.
And this is going to be a pivotal round 3, and this is what you want in a round 3. Round 3 underway. 𝐀𝐻𝐿 and Andrew Stock on the call. 𝐂𝐻𝐿 in the black trunks, 𝐒𝐻𝐿 in the blue. 𝐒𝐻𝐿 with the high leg kick, now stalking 𝐂𝐻𝐿. Big right hand for 𝐒𝐻𝐿. Another combination for
𝐒𝐻𝐿 letting his hands go here. I think he knows exactly what he needs to do this round.
𝐒𝐻𝐿 came out motivated.
And a great takedown there. Got right under it, 𝐂𝐻𝐿 did. Yeah, we ate some hard shots and then continued to work.
And the action taking place right here next to our announcing booth. And is that a good way to stop an attack? I mean, a guy's coming at you, you just take him down.
Well, it's not as simple as just take him down. You got to time it the right way. But if you're noticing someone coming forward like that and they're really charging, their hips aren't low, if you're striking, you're usually not able to defend as well. So he timed it well. After eating a few, made the adjustment, and then secured this takedown. You're going to look to see 𝐒𝐻𝐿 try to get this Kimura here, turn.
And these two men right in front of our announce table here.
You're looking to see 𝐒𝐰𝐞 really trying to get to this Kimura, trying to work his arm out, try to work the arm of 𝐂𝐻𝐻 out, excuse me.
We hear 𝐂𝐻𝐻's corner say you have a minute and a half, get out of there.
Yep, as he did, and now he's working out of side control here. Look to see 𝐂𝐻𝐻 attempt to land a few strikes and try to probably get to mount.
𝐂𝐻𝐻's corner calling for the right knee.
So you see him start to get his right knee across there as he transitions to mount. Look to watch him try to posture up.
And
Nope.
what would you like to see 𝐒𝐰𝐞 do from this position?
Well, what he just did actually was what he needed to do. Recover half guard, now get to full guard, but he's got to work up. He's either got to attack heavy on submissions or get to the feet where he's able to throw the strikes better. Seems a little bit too content hanging out, playing a bit on there, but as I say that, it looks like he's working for a triangle.
45 seconds left in this pivotal round 3. 𝐒𝐰𝐞 came out hot, but then 𝐂𝐻𝐻 changed the complexion of the round with the takedown. 𝐒𝐰𝐞 having success with some of these punches.
Yeah, I mean, they're landing a little bit, but it's not what he needs to do. You're very rarely ever going to get a knockout utilizing those punches. If he did it for a split second to get out or attack for a submission, that'd be one thing, but look to see 𝐒𝐰𝐞 try to go belly down here and work to get an armbar, but 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left in this pivotal round 3. Both men want this. 𝐂𝐻𝐻's corner has been happy with what they're seeing. And that is the final bell.
Great fight by both
𝐒𝐻𝐻
athletes.
𝐂𝐻𝐻 versus Theodore 𝐒𝐰𝐞. That fight did not disappoint. So Andrew, with what you saw in there, which way we are going to find out in a few minutes what the official scorecards were, but which way are you favoring?
If I'm a judge and I'm looking at this one, it's going to be 𝐒𝐻𝐻, 𝐂𝐻𝐻. He did a very good job there, controlling takedowns in all the rounds, and you kind of saw the frustration in Theodore 𝐒𝐰𝐞's demeanor once he got up. You know, strike the mat, walked over, hands on his face. It seems like he believes that the fight may not have gone his way.
But that's the beauty of combat sports. You never know until we go to the judges. We'll see how they scored. I mean, 𝐒𝐰𝐞 had his moments. He came out strong in round 3. He landed combinations throughout. He worked well off of his back. And it'll be interesting to see what the final scorecards are.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 3-minute rounds, we go to our judges' scorecard for our decision. Judge A scores the contest 27-30. Judge B scores the contest 27-30. Judge C scores the contest 29-28 with your winner by split decision, 𝐂𝐻𝐻.
And 𝐂𝐻𝐻 gets the split decision victory.
Hard-fought victory there. Really put it on where he could. And both athletes brought something.
An excellent win for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, this professional middleweight kickboxing bout is the co-main event of the evening. Brought to you by Synergy Pro Wellness. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This warrior stands at 6 feet, 5 inches tall, weighing in 183.4 pounds. Fighting out of Charlotte, North Carolina, representing 4M Fitness. Help me welcome Matthew, the Disciple Fleming. Introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This warrior stands at 6 feet, 6 inches tall, weighing in 186 pounds. Fighting out of the Boogie Down Bronx, New York, representing OMMA. Help me welcome Alpha, the African Giant, Torres. Your referee for this professional contest, Joel Becker, Esquire.
Joel Becker will be the third man in the cage. As we get set here, Flex Fights 5. Live from St. James, New York, the sports arena. We're about to get underway. Pro kickboxing. Round 1 underway. Karan Bhatia on the call, joined by Andrew Stock, Matthew Fleming in the black trunks, Alpha Torre in the white trunks, and both men come out firing.
Very impressive volume out the gate. We're only 16 seconds in, and both guys are throwing down.
Both men throwing with serious intentions here. They both want this fight, making their pro debut. And as we said, they're used to fighting shorter opponents, so both men need an adjustment towards fighting someone that's eye to eye. Alpha Torre, 6'6", Matthew Fleming, 6'5".
Absolutely, but it seems like they've made these adjustments already. They're both getting inside one. There's a range here and starting to throw down. Very even fight so far.
Seemingly a mirror match here. Both men eye to eye, landing punches, throwing in some kicks, clinching inside, throwing some knees. And Alpha Torre, I like that, using the jab, a little movement. That may be a formula for success for him tonight.
Absolutely. Nice hook attempt there. Good kick catch by Alpha Torre. Fleming doing a good job walking forward here, getting Alpha against the cage.
And Alpha Torre using the jab to get inside.
Great knees there by Alpha Torre, the body.
Alpha Torre clinching and then landing knees. We've got 10 seconds left in this round 1. And it was a very competitive round 1.
Yeah. Oops. Very competitive round 1, ending with the teeth thrown by Alpha Torre. Really good job by both athletes. You saw both guys have their moments, a little bit of ebbs and flows, as you've been saying tonight. Transition over. At the end of this round, I can already say I am definitely glad I'm not a judge.
That was a very tough round to score. Both men are motivated, and we talked about it as they were coming to the cage. Matthew Fleming said, I want to be the best I can, and I want to be a world champion. Alpha Torre, the African Giant is his nickname. And he said that he wants to be the best and leave a legacy even when I am gone.
It's definitely a very good mindset to have. Want to leave that legacy, make that impact. Yeah.
Because then you're fighting for more than yourself, right?
Absolutely, and that's when you tend to see fighters get the most out of themselves, when they're not just doing it for themselves.
Let's get underway here. Round 2 in our kickboxing feature. Alpha Torre in the white trunks, Matthew Fleming in the black trunks. And Matthew Fleming coming out with a couple leg kicks and a nice left hand to the body by Fleming. Here comes Torre with a combination to the head.
Good knee there by Fleming, and then one return from Alpha Torre.
When you name your kid Alpha, right, you know he's going to probably be a fighter.
You're setting a lot of expectation for them. There's many a reason for it.
And he is living up to that moniker. He goes by the nickname of the African Giant. There's a big right hand that rocks Fleming.
Absolutely.
Down goes Fleming here in round 2.
Here comes the 8 count. That was a hard shot there.
Alpha Torre, and that's the end of the fight.
Fleming can't even stand. His legs are gone out from under him. And a great show of swordsmanship by Alpha Torre, embracing the opponent after the fight just ended.
Alpha Torre with the second round TKO victory over Matthew Fleming.
It's really nice to see the embrace, you know, how much they respect one another. And you can you see the pain in Fleming's face. But look at this play-by-play here. That overhand right really wobbled him. Couple follow-up shots, and you'll see him fall from those shots. And as Fleming attempted to stand up in the middle of the count, he could not get up. referee called it, rightfully so, protected him.
That was a great stoppage there by the referee. And he made the exact right call.
Yeah, listen, that was very good from everybody involved. And you can't fault anybody for that stoppage. That was a good stoppage.
Joel Becker, the referee, he made an excellent call. Fleming went down. He had a chance to get up, and when he stumbled, Joel Becker knew that it was time to stop the fight and let Fleming live to fight another day.
Absolutely. It looked like it was between 5 and 6 on the 8 count that he was getting, and that was it. But that was a hard shot that landed. That right hand really set it up. The moment that one landed, you saw a little bit of dazed and confused for a moment. AlphaTauri jumped on that, really pushed forward, and secured the knockout victory.
And AlphaTauri just did a split in the ring. He's pumped. And what about that sign of sportsmanship by AlphaTauri? He sprinted to Fleming and gave him a hug when he was on the ground.
It shows the amount of respect they have for one another, that even though one had to win, one had to lose, that they respect and they value the experience that happens out of this, you know, and you value one another. That yet again follows up with that, I want you to bring the best, so it brings the best out of me. And I think they both kind of saw that. And you know, the pain of defeat and the thrill of victory, you kind of want to console the guy if you have that respect for them. And
what was amazing about that was that it wasn't like AlphaTauri came out and outclassed this guy and knocked him out. That first round was dead even. I don't know who won that first round.
Absolutely. I would love to see how the judges scored that first round. It was a back and forth battle that round. It was a great round and really showed, you know, that both of these guys really do belong in here, and both these guys deserve to be these pro athletes that they are. You know, this outcome is good, and you know, good for Alpha, and we're going to hand it over to Andy Park.
Let's hand it over to Andrew Park for the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joel Becker calls a stop to this contest at 40 seconds of round number 2 with your winner by TKO, Alpha, the African Giant Torres.
As I was saying before, you know, great for AlphaTauri, and you know, Fleming has nothing to be too upset over. He had a great fight. You know, it's one of those things where anything can happen in this sport, and time to build and grow back.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as we have Bella Barbaro to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars the rule the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Bella Barbaro and our United States Marine Corps. Thank you for your sacrifice and your service.
And to get it started, we're going to throw it up to Andrew Park.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our main event of the evening. Strong Island, New York, make some noise! This amateur welterweight MMA bout is brought to you by Nerd Focus. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This warrior stands at 5 feet, 10 inches tall, weighing in 169.8 pounds. Fighting out of the Boogie Down Bronx, New York. Representing 5 Borough Fight House. Help me welcome William Munoz. Introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This warrior stands at 6 feet, 2 inches tall, weighing in 170.2 pounds. Fighting out of Greenville, New York, representing Daniel Gracie Team Philadelphia and Secret Weapon MMA New York. Help me welcome Cole the Crow Barnard.
You can hear the crowd now fired up for
Your
Cole.
referee for this contest, Chris Molina.
Cole certainly the favorite here. He's 2-0, trying to get to 3-0, and we're about to get underway for our welterweight, or excuse me, yes, our welterweight main event. Let's get round 1 underway here. Karan Bhatia on the call, joined by Andrew Stock, William Munoz in the black and gray trunks, Cole Barnard in the blue. And there's a big leg kick for Cole Barnard.
Big high kick up there.
Munoz with a low leg kick that lands.
Right, 2 inside kicks.
And you can see that Cole Barnard is a fan of getting some cupping done there.
Yeah.
For circulation.
Hey, it's always helpful. Good leg kick, leg catch, excuse me, there.
Both men motivated, both men want a win here. Munoz is 1-3, and he's hungry to improve that record. Cole Barnard's never lost in the cage, 2-0.
Absolutely. He's doing a really good job of catching the kicks of Munoz and then following back up with strikes. You know, Munoz has caught 1 or 2 of Cole's kicks so far, but he hasn't followed up with the strike. He kind of used it as the end to just stop it there.
Both men utilizing kicks. Not as much in the way of striking just yet. It seems like they're still getting the distance on that. Barnard working the jab. There's a nice leg kick by Barnard, and another.
He's snapping these kicks out. It's very impressive, these inside kicks.
There's a nice combination by Barnard.
A couple hard up top, followed by a body shot there.
Good kick to the body, and a nice front kick by Barnard.
Both guys kind of landed there with their jabs on one another. Great catch by Barnard. Choose to elect to keep the fight standing instead of following him to the ground there for a moment.
Seems like that's where both these men want this fight.
Absolutely. It seems like both men are most comfortable on the feet right now. Good shot. Munoz trying to move around it.
Barnard composed, working at distance. It's a fascinating fight so far. They're trying to get their distance, feeling each other out.
Yeah, oh, nice
spinning back kick for Barnard.
It slapped, and you can see right immediately under the pec of Will Munoz that it's marked up from one hard shot.
You can hear the crowd in favor of Barnard. That's their man.
Absolutely, the Barnard section is right behind us. Hard counter shot, though.
30 seconds left in round 1.
Nice little combination there. It didn't look like much landed.
Good defense there by Munoz. Munoz is defending well, but he's got to add some counters to that.
He's got to put a little bit of offense in there. He's been doing a decent job avoiding major strikes, minus, a few, but he's not following back up.
Nice leg kick by Munoz. You can hear that land.
Good job by Cole.
Barnard's got a great attack. A very quick attack for Barnard.
Absolutely. Very, very snappy for a welterweight.
Yes.
Very impressive to see that motion there. And good job by Munoz avoiding some of it, but, a few big things like that spin kick that we've talked about before, but you're seeing, even on this replay here, Cole doing a better job of moving, getting after a bit more.
It's been a very interesting fight so far. They didn't want to take it to the ground. They came out both trading leg kicks. Then they added in a little more strikes. It almost seemed like they were getting the distance using the leg kicks to get the distance. And then once they figured that out, this fight wanted this main event, this big moment.
Talking about a passion for their sport, each one of them. Corner scrambling, get some of the ice out of the cage real quick.
Barnard said he has a passion for the sport. William Munoz told us he wants to be great. Well, this is his opportunity, the main event here at Flex Fights 5. And we're about to get underway. We're coming to you live from St. James, New York. And if you're enjoying this, later tonight we're going to have Flex Fights 6. I know at that point Andrew Stock's going to have a nice cocktail in his hand, his feet up and relaxing and watching some fights tonight, right?
I'll be definitely enjoying this, you know, but we've got to get through this main event, and by get through, I mean I get to enjoy it.
It's been a very good first round, very competitive.
Absolutely, they're just getting out some ice. It must have been a spill in the ice bag from the corner over there of Munoz, but now we're back at it. Molina getting the action on.
So round 2 here, Munoz in the black trunks, Barnard in the blue trunks. It was a great round 1, and let's see how each guy comes out for round 2. Here comes Munoz chasing Barnard around the ring.
Really pushing after it.
And
Securing the
Munoz
takedown.
takes Barnard to the ground. Both men right in front of our announce table here.
Absolutely. You're seeing Munoz work to try to advance. He's trying to get out of this half guard to get towards mount.
And Barnard is preventing that, right?
He was doing a good job utilizing the lockdown, he's got that length, so it makes it very difficult. He's trying to lock that far leg down, but you know, the issue is he could still be taking some damage. If Munoz postures up a little bit, he'll be able to land some.
And that length has been an advantage for Cole Barnard. Listed at 6'2", Munoz listed at 5'10", so giving up about 4 inches there.
Absolutely, but you know, Munoz did a great job getting forward and getting after this. You know, this takedown, he started off by a lot of forward pressure.
And you could tell a fire was lit under Munoz between rounds there, because he came out storming in round 2.
Absolutely. Now they're back in guard. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. If you're going to see Munoz posture up in advance, or are you going to see Cole work utilizing the cage to get up? From our announce table, you can see a slight cut has opened up on the nose of Cole Barnard, maybe a nosebleed from one of those hard shots thrown earlier.
Certainly we can see blood coming out the nose of Barnard, and Munoz with the top position here. And if you're Munoz, I mean, you're happy to be here for most of the round if you need to be.
Yes, but you can't stay there, because if you're content with just waiting, 1, the referee may stand it up. 2, you're not necessarily being able to cause the damage you want. You know, so you've got to be. You're glad you're there, but you want to work to advance still. You want to work to cause some damage. You know,
you don't want to get complacent here.
Never.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm Cole, I'm looking to either utilize the wall walk up, or utilize my hips to try to create some distance here, pushing away. If you can get the space to wall walk, you know. But
40 seconds left here in round 2. It's been all William Munoz in this round 2. He came out strong. He got the takedown. He's had the top position for most of the round. But to Andrew Stock's point, you want to keep up the aggression. You don't want to get complacent.
Absolutely. You know, referee Chris Molina is watching the action, making sure that they're still working here. If he sees that you're not working to advance, the referee will stand it up. So it's important to make sure that if you're the guy on top, you're going forward. If you're the guy on bottom, you want to work to get out.
10 seconds left in round 2. Whatever happens, this was certainly a William Munoz round.
Yep. This round, I would definitely see that. Some hard shots to end the round. As we go into round 3, it'll be interesting to see if that fire stays lit under him and carries it through, or are we going to see a revival in the sense of Cole being more fired up. You'll see
let's
this
look
flirt.
at the replay here. There's a big left hand from Munoz.
Followed
and
by
a
a big
right
right.
hand. And he's just chasing down Barnard.
Chased him down, locked in a takedown off of the double underhooks there, and from there he was staying in dominant position. You know, originally almost had the mount from the side control, and even once Cole recovered guard, he was still able to land some shots, as we saw in the end of the round.
So put yourself in the position of Cole Barnard's trainer. You definitely lost that round. You got rocked. You got dropped. You didn't have an answer. What are you telling your man right now?
Well, we're still in this. This doesn't mean the fight's over. The fight's never over until it's over. It's important that He keeps his good range that he has, doesn't get bum rushed, cut off the angles that when you have them, and start throwing your strikes.
And if you're in the Munoz corner, are you saying do what you just did?
Let's set it up again. Let's do it again. You can't just hope to blindly do it. Set it up. Get after it.
And a pivotal round 3.
Here we go into the third and final round of this great fight.
Our main event, William Munoz in the black trunks, Cole Barnard in the blue. Which man wants it more in our final round? And Barnard comes out strong with some leg kicks. Munoz is more reserved in the way he's starting this round.
Beautiful spin kicks, however, by Barnard, though.
Very nicely done by Barnard. Switching up the attack. Barnard has made an adjustment. He's a little more wider on his feet. Maybe trying to get a little bit more leverage. Nice spinning backhand by Munoz. Nice leg kick lands for Barnard. Oh, a nice front kick landed for Barnard.
Definitely made Munoz respect that. He's not necessarily rocked, but he noticed that one. He's feeling it.
2 minutes left in this round 2, and it's almost like what we were talking about. I mean, what's the best way to slow down a guy is have offense of your own, and that's what Carl Barnard's done.
Sometimes the best defense is a good offense, and that's what we just saw right there.
Carl Barnard seemingly down on the scorecards, blood streaming down his nose. This is his opportunity in this final round. Big left hand for Munoz.
Absolutely, little talk between the two athletes now. Cole is looking to capitalize on it. You still don't know how the first round went, but you got to win this one. You don't know who got the first. It's pretty clear that Munoz got the second, so it comes down to how you do this. But you can't just blindly jump in there. Both guys have to set something up.
And so far, it's been Barnard with the more measured attack.
Yeah, as of late in this round, in this third round, 100%.
So what would you be yelling out to Munoz right now? What can he do?
If I was his corner, I'd be telling him what the corner actually just said. You got to keep going forward, because that's when he's winning this fight. If he's waiting, he's like being tentative. It's not working out for his advantage.
And let me ask you this: Munoz had such success moving forward in round 2. Why did he abandon that right here in round 3?
You never know if any of those shots potentially either rocked him a little and he's recovering mentally. Maybe it could be tired, or just not sure. Maybe you think you can get the better exchange here. But
the game plan changed. Maybe not for the better for William Munoz. Barnard with a big right hand there.
Cole is really starting to put some pressure on with his strikes here. You're starting to hear them snap as they land.
20 seconds left. This pivotal round 3. This fight is up for grabs. Cole Barnard, blood streaming down his face.
Last 15 seconds here, last 10 seconds. It'll be good to see what happens as we end this. Hard shot to the leg. And spin kick attempt. Oh,
nice kick by Barnard.
Followed up with a spin kick
and another one to the body. And that's the end of the fight.
What a good fight.
Great fight. Nice show of embrace.
Great
True sportsmanship by both men. So, let's say you gave round 2 to Munoz. It seemed pretty clear. Fairly clear that round 3 was a Barnard round. So it really comes down to what happened in that round 1.
That first one, yeah. Absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see how these judges score it. I'm not one, so I can't necessarily say I have a scorecard. I know what I think I saw, but that's the thing about this sport. That's why we have 3 judges in 3 different locations. You have different angles of the fight. They could see something that I hadn't seen. But
ladies and gentlemen, give it up for these 2 warriors. What a fight. After 3 3-minute rounds, we go to our judges' scorecard for our decision. All 3 judges scored the contest 29-28, with your winner by unanimous decision.
Unanimous decision victory. Every scorecard 29-28. Seemingly getting that pivotal first round that we talked about.